what you just explained, you said that she evolved, and then right before that, you said that he was like, "Oh, wow, we're good, we're good." To me, that says that she did not communicate any of that at any point in time. That was just thrown at him. At no
No,
point
she
in
did.
time
That's why
was
they were
it
in
communicated.
therapy. It's because she
Right,
started
but I'm
telling him
saying,
that, and he's like, I don't want to take that. He's
if
like, I
they've
don't want
been
to talk
doing
about it.
this,
Like, I don't want to change nothing. I want to keep it that way.
if they've been doing this for 20 plus years, I mean, so it's for you to for her to expect for this to immediately change after we've been doing this for 20 plus years and you ain't said shit. Like
Well,
that's a
no.
problem.
I think
So
sometimes you always see things black and white. Your gray area is challenging because sometimes
Because that's
let
all
me
that it
finish. Let
is.
me finish
But
because
why
I just
I
said
don't
to you that they were in a couples therapy show, and it's because they've been communicating. She's been communicating. She wants something different. And
after
he's been
20
saying,
years.
yeah, of course. But that's what I'm saying. She evolved. Why can she? You're just saying
no, she
communicate.
said
She's
he
trying to
been
communicate.
communicating this, so communicating before the show. So we don't know how
That's what I'm
long she's
saying.
been
They're on the
communicating, but she's
show. They're
saying
on the
she's been
show because of
communicating.
that. And they're on the show because they don't want to leave each other alone. Michael Blackson, like, I don't want you going nowhere, but I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing. And she's like, I don't want to leave you, but I don't want these girls coming to my house no more. Like, she's just like, so they trying to find a middleman, but the whole time he's literally like, man, I don't want to, like, why can't we just be the way we was? And he's not seeing, like, again, she evolved. So she's trying to find a way to communicate, and they're trying to find a way to, like, mesh together. And it's hard because they both like this. Like, she's ready to go this way and he's still ready to stay that way. And he ain't letting her, he don't want to let her go.
should
You see what
move.
I'm saying?
He should
So
move
it's
though.
like, I don't
He
know.
should move. He should move. The reason why, because the contract was signed. Like I said it Sunday, the contract was signed. Now she need to go get her goddamn union rep, and we need to come to the table and renegotiate this contract. But if me as the leader of the contract, I'm not gonna move off of it. So we stuck on it. Ma'am, you can either ride with this train or get the hell off and move on.
And I forgot. She also wanted to have a kid.
Go ahead, Brittany.
How is it selfish when we had the
and that's why she
conversation?
wanted to
We
stop
both
that.
agreed on it.
The goal should be to find a common ground.
We did. That's why we doing this.
A common ground.
So I feel like
because we both agreed on it.
I feel like what I agree.
Well, no. I forgot one piece. She wanted to have a kid too, which is part of the reason why she wanted to stop all that partying too. She wanted to have a kid. So that also made sense.
She
Like,
can
we can't
stop,
keep
but
doing this and having a kid, you know? Like,
Hey,
make
look,
it like she's just
she
gonna,
can take a
like,
year
people
off.
don't think differently when you're trying to do something different in life. When you're
I
trying to
got
be
you.
responsible for a kid, you still want to
She can
keep
take
running
a
the
year
streets and
off
drinking tricks
and
in.
do that. And when you ready to come back, you come on back. But I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because that's what the contract said.
So
Yeah, I mean, y'all,
I agree with Viz and the other lady.
We just damned Neo for doing what he's doing. I mean, I think if anything, shit, I give him his props because he been up front and honest since day one with it.
Yes, and that's why I agree with y'all about the women being groupies, because when you really think about it, a lot of groupies do have that mentality. They have the mentality like, you got so many women and you chose me, so now I'm gonna be entitled to a certain type of perfection. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what that man actually come with, not knowing if she can help him fight the demons he's fighting. They don't care about the demons he's fighting. They don't care about the problems he might have. They just enjoy about what he's doing for them right then and there. And then when it comes down to the real problems, they like, I want to get up out of here. As far as the lady and Michael Blackson, I think that once Michael Black, I honestly think that situation, since they agreed to it, I understand what Hank's saying, and I agree. If the agreement was this is what we're going to do, then this is what it is. But because he loves her, and it seems like she loves him, it don't seem like this is a situation where they don't think that one of the other loves each other. She just like, I want to raise a kid, and in raising a kid, I don't want to raise them like this. people could say they want a kid 10 years from now, and then they could say they don't want a kid 10 years from now. So things change. And I think Michael Blackson, when it comes down to it, if she actually decided to present him those papers, depending on what type of woman she's been to him, it might consider him to do a certain type of healing that would allow him to have a child. I think Michael Blackson in that situation, I think he's scared about what she's trying to build. You know what I'm saying? I think it comes from a lot of fear. I don't think it comes from love or anything like that. I don't think Michael Blackson should just say F her and walk away. But I think they should hear each other out. And maybe like the only common ground would be like, okay, at what time can we have this? Because if she's on the clock, then at that point, they just gonna have to choose how much they love each other and choose if these women who's coming in and out is worth your forever at that point.
They definitely was on the clock, but by the end, he did end up saying that he would slow down that lifestyle in order to fulfill what she wanted to fulfill.
That means she was doing her job.
Right. And because when you are in a marriage and you actually care about the person, regardless of what the contract was in the beginning, the contract can be rewritten. You get what I'm saying? We can go back to the drawing books and re-look over it and figure out what's going to work best for both of us as we grow and change.
Because she's not doing it for her ego. She sounded like she had a legit reason, and that's why Michael Blackson was like, I'll do it. Whereas the first girl, she like, this hurt my feelings. So I just like, bitch, you married him. Like, if I'm marrying somebody, I'm not gonna just break up with you because you simply just hurt my feelings. We gotta get therapy. I'm going to take every route possible to make it work. And when you take those routes, it's not something that's going to happen within a year, especially if this is something he's been doing constantly before you got into marriage. And that's why I said some women, they think marriage equals perfection when it just means more work.
Way more work.
Yeah, relationships are dynamic. Growth is inevitable, right? And just like with the business, I mean, you walk through the word contract in there, but you're not going to have the same playbook for the duration of your business. You're going to evolve with time. You're going to look at new trends. You're going to assess what's working and what's no longer working. So I think it's selfish to just say, this is how it's always been. We're sticking with it. You have to revisit things and see what's going to work for the future. Hink.
You know, once upon a time, slaves could only eat chips.
I see you shoot from the
Women are always evolving. I think that it's important that men understand that. It's important that men understand that women are always evolving. Like every 5 years, we change our mind, you know? And I think someone else said
5 minutes, every 5 minutes.
Oh, not 5 minutes. I mean, so we grow, we evolve, things change, the way we feel change, the way we want to be touched change, the way we the things that we want, everything changes. And so I think that men have to be understanding of that, Hink. We are not going to be doing the same thing 5 years from now.
They on your ass.
I mean,
buddy, I ain't coming at my neck.
You doing the same thing you was doing 10 years ago. Like you just never grown.
I must have sent a group text message on me.
Get him.
Nah,
what you said, JR? What you said?
And I think that woman, by her putting up her change and wanting that change right away, that's how you could tell she was doing things the right way. And you could tell Michael Blackson trusted his wife. Like she was doing whatever she was doing behind closed doors. Bitch, call me, let me know something.
She was riding for him. That's what she was doing behind closed doors. She had always been there.
Yeah. I mean, I think in that case,
they're mentally and
may have
spiritually.
in that case, it may be something that could work. It could all be for TV, but I think if you've invested that much time and also experiences, then any person that is actually and truthfully in love with someone, they would be willing to find common ground in order for it to keep going. But of course, that person would have to feel and know that there is some type of value in them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be threatened by the other person's mistakes. They got to be confident in who they are.